Hello, this is your Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television, Abuja. My name is Joshua Ishal. Welcome you to yet another fresh edition of the program Back to Farm. Orchard farming in Nigeria plays a significant role in the country's agricultural landscape. With diversity of climates and fertile land, Nigeria boasts a wide range of fruit-bearing orchards, from the fragrant mango groves of Adamawa to the picture apple orchard of Plateau State. Orchard farming contributes to Nigeria's economy and provides a source of livelihood for numerous farmers across the nation. This episode of the program Back to Farm discusses an overview of orchard farming in Nigeria, including its meaning, types, importance, and the benefits it offers. Stay tuned. The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria (ARCN) coordinates the activities of research institutes and is responsible for supervision, regulation, coordination of research activities and programs of higher institutions in Nigeria. I'm Professor Hamidu Shaributu since assumption as Executive Secretary of ARCN in April 2020 has solidified the transformation of agriculture in Nigeria through strategic and meaningful execution of research findings for improvement of the agricultural sector.
Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria. We have succeeded in bringing about 32 institutions under this organization. Each of them headed by an executive director or a provost. The provosts have the same condition of service and service condition like any vice chancellor or rector in this place. And then the executive directors have equal powers or equal status with me. It's just that I am supervising them, so they are equivalent to any permanent secretary. So this is who we are. But of interest to you is the number of institutions that cover veterinary related activities. Actually, all the colleges of agriculture have a training program in animal health and production technology. Some have strictly animal health, some have animal production.
The rubber tree has two major outputs that are useful in the industrial sector as well as other uses. These include the white liquid substance tapped from the rubber tree, which is called latex, and the rubber seeds that are produced from the rubber trees. After the liquid is tapped from the rubber, it can be sold in its liquid form or processed into rubber sheet. To achieve standard of processing of rubber liquid into a more profitable form, the Rubber Research Institute of Nigeria has a rubber latex processing section.
Here is a pilot plant set up at the Rubber Research Institute to encourage, through demonstration, the value chain addition of our produce. Okay. Usually, when you tap rubber from the field, as I'm very sure you guys have seen earlier today, it is processed into raw materials that can be consumed by would-be manufacturers who are interested in using natural rubber as a base raw material.
For grains, we have the parabolic solar dryers. These are specialized solar dryers used for drying agricultural produce such as whole grains, yam and cassava chips, fruits and vegetables more efficiently. It is made of a special material that concentrates the rays of the sun within the enclosure while eliminating harmful ultraviolet radiation. Products dried are free from contaminants and are hygienic.
The parabolic shaped solar dryer is a need-based technology because virtually when we travel all over the country, you will see by the roadside, you see people drying all sorts of agricultural produce. Some spread their own on bare ground, and by the time the vehicles are moving, the dust stay on the products. The reptiles will come, they will eat whatever they can eat, drop their feces and their urine on it, and the owner comes in the evening to pack everything together and still eat that product. And the product has been contaminated, and we feel this is not right, and it is part of our mandate to make sure that we set it right, and that was what led to this, so that we can solve this problem at the grassroots level. Instead of drying by the roadside, drying on just bare ground in their villages, when they have this as a drying center, everybody in the community can bring their product there, spread on the tray, and they get it dry under hygienic condition that is covered. And the dryer also have another property to screen the ultraviolet ray of the sun, which is also can cause hazard to human health.
Since then, Professor Shaributu has operated as visionary captain by restoring the council's glory with the first ever agricultural television and radio station in Nigeria, with well-equipped studios parading state-of-the-art equipment.
The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria also has a brand new electronic library to further promote research and visualizations of deep thoughts on agricultural development in Nigeria.
The museum, located in the Senator Abdullahi Adamu Center, is an agricultural museum saddled with the responsibility of keeping records of agricultural findings, discoveries, researches for continuity and history purposes.
Now, this is the museum that we have constructed. We did this museum because we want it to be a source of information for anybody that is coming. Very soon, by the grace of God, the private veterinarians and those in government want to have their data here. And why we want it is because anybody that has interest in sponsoring any form of research or wants to do activities, once you come and click, the data of all the veterinarians will be reflected here. So I'm talking about where they are doing, how they are faring, and what are their organizations, so that we'll be able to give people, feed people the information at one point.
The Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria is wearing a new look under the stewardship of Professor Garba Hamidu Shaributu, who says, "Alone I am nothing, but together I am something." ARCN,
promoting agriculture. Orchard farming involves the systematic cultivation of fruit, trees or plants such as mango, apple, citrus, guava, and many more in a specific area known as orchard. This form of farming requires careful planning, proper selection of fruit species suitable, land preparation, irrigation facilities, pest control measures, and regular maintenance to ensure optimum food production, and can also be called orchardry. Farm mechanization has accelerated the growth of orchard farming in Nigeria. With the increasing use of tractors in orchard farming, tractor companies are manufacturing tractors targeted to orchard farming. The tractor for such farming requires a mini tractor, as these farms have narrow track and turns. A mini tractor with smaller turning radius is able to turn efficiently. Now, let's look at types of orchard farming. Orchard farming is of different types, depending on the fruit. It can be mango orchard, citrus orchard, apple orchard, and guava orchard, among others. Let us one by one see different types of orchard farming. Mango orchards are extensively grown in Nigeria owing to the nation's advantageous climate and ideal soil condition. This is one of the major types of orchard in the country. These orchards are prevalent in Jos, Benue, Maiduguri, Cross River, and Enugu states. The mango orchards are known for growing different mango varieties like Alfonso, Dasheri, Langra, and Kesa, as they are widely favored. The successful orchard management requires the presence of well-drained soil, abundant sunlight, and regular irrigation practices. With their vibrant diversity and abundant yields, mango orchard exemplify one of the prevalent and sought-after fruit orchard types in Nigeria. The lush green expanses of mango trees not only add beauty to the landscape, but also provide delicious and nutritious fruit enjoyed by many citrus orchard gardens. Citrus orchards are primarily characterized by a subtropical climate, including certain parts of Jos, Kaduna, and in Nigeria in general. These orchards are known for cultivating a variety of citrus fruits such as oranges, lemon, and grapefruits. The key factors contributing to their successful growth include a reliable water supply, protection from frost and well-drained soil condition. The subtropical climate in this region provides the necessary warmth and sunlight for citrus trees to flourish and bear high-quality fruits. These orchards are characterized by vibrant colors and tangy flavors. Citrus orchards contribute significantly to India's agricultural landscape and serve as a source of delicious and nutritious citrus fruit for consumption and commercial purposes. Now, let's look at garden. Apple orchards are predominantly clustered in the hilly region of Nigeria, including Lagos, Ogun, Jos, and Cross Rivers. These orchard farming cultivate apple varieties like Red Delicious, Golden Delicious, and Granny Smith with great care and attention. The successful orchard management relies on specific requirements, including a cold climate, well-drained soil, and sufficient chilling hours. The cold weather during winter months facilitated dormancy period necessary for apple trees to set fruit properly. The well-drained soil ensures optimal root health and prevent waterlogging. Now, let's look at guava orchard garden. Guava orchards have gained popularity in states such as Kaduna, Adamawa, and Kano, primarily due to the high demand for guava fruit. These orchards represent another prominent category in fruit cultivation. Varieties such as Alahad, Safida, and Lucknow 49 are commonly known to meet the market's demand. The successful guava orchard management necessitates specific practices, including the presence of well-drained soil, regular pruning to maintain the desired shape and size of the trees, and adequate protection from disease and pests and commonly affected guava plants. By implementing proper disease control measures and pest management strategies, guava orchard owners ensure healthy and productive trees that yield abundant and flavorful guava fruits. The popularity of guava orchards stems from the delectable taste and nutritional value of guava fruits, which make them a favorite among consumers. Now, let's look at the importance of orchard farming. Orchard farming plays a very important role in the development of horticulture in Nigeria. It contributes immensely to nutritional security, exports, and overall of Nigeria's economy. The cultivation of high-value fruit crops helps increase farmers' earnings and provides employment opportunities throughout the value chain, including harvesting, packaging, processing, and marketing. Nutritional security. It contributes to the nutritional security of population by providing a steady supply of fresh foods. Fruits are a rich source of essential vitamins, minerals, and dietary fibers, promoting a healthy lifestyle and combating malnutrition. Export potential. Nigeria has the potential to become a major exporter of fruits through orchard farming by adhering to quality standards and adopting modern cultivation practices. Nigerian farmers can tap into global markets, thereby increasing foreign exchange for the country. Benefits of orchard farming. Orchard farming in Nigeria comes with immense benefits. It leads to diversification of income, rural development, and promotion of agro-tourism, amongst others. Diversification of economy. Orchard plant farming allows farmers to diversify their income source by integrating fruit production into the agricultural practices. These orchard management require reduced dependence on a single crop and provide stability during market fluctuations. This is achieved through commercial orchard usage, environmental sustainability. Orchard crop farming promotes environmental sustainability through the conservation of soil, water, and biodiversity. Fruit trees help prevent soil erosion, improve soil fertility, and act as a carbon sink. Orchard plant farming contributes to the rural development by creating employment opportunities and enhancing the socio-economic conditions of rural communities. It reduces migration from rural to urban areas and helps the overall development of rural infrastructure. This is another usage of commercial orchard agro-tourism potential. Orchards have the potential to attract tourists, providing an additional source of income for farmers. Agro-tourism activities like fruit picking, farm stay, and nature walks in orchard can boost rural tourism and contribute to local economies. Now, let's look at the processes in establishing an orchard farm. Establishment of an orchard farm is a long-term investment and deserves a very critical planning. The selection of proper location and site, planting system, and planting distance, choosing the varieties, and the nursery plan have to be considered carefully to ensure maximum production. First step in establishing an orchard farm is location and site. Proper selection of site is important. Selection may be made based on the following criteria. Number 1. The location should be in a well-established fruit-growing region because one could get the benefits of experience of other growers and also get the benefits of selling the produce through cooperative organization with other fruit growers. There should be a market close to the area. Number 3. The climate should be suitable to grow the chosen fruit crops. Adequate water supply should be available around the area. Before a grower selects a site for establishing a new orchard, he must have access to the following factors. Number 1. Suitability of soil. It is fertile. The nature of soil and soil depth. Site must have proper drainage and no water stagnation during rainy season. Irrigation water must be of good quality. There must be proper transport facility either by road or rail within the area. Whether the climate conditions are suitable for the fruit to be grown and a weather site is free from the limiting factors such as cyclones, frost, hailstorms, and strong hot winds. Whether there are seasonal gluts or overproduction in any particular period of the area, whether there is a short demand in markets for the fruit to be grown, whether the orchard is a new venture or whether there are already other growers, availabilities, and labor. After selecting the suitable location and site, some preliminary operations have to be done. Trees are felled without leaving stumps or roots. The shrubs and other weedy growth are also declared. Deep plowing is essential to remove big roots. The land should be thoroughly plowed, leveled, and manured. Leveling is important for economy of irrigation and prevent soil wash. In the hills, the land should be divided into terraces, depending upon the topography of the land, and the leveling is done within the terraces. Terracing protects the land from erosion. If the soil is poor, it is advisable to grow a grain manual crop as to improve the physical and chemical conditions before planting operations are taken. A careful plan of orchard is necessary for the most efficient and economic management. The following points should be borne in mind preparing the plan. The most effective windbreak is a double row of all trees ultimately placed. There should be at least as much as space between the windbreak and the first row of the fruit trees as between fruit trees. It is preferable to dig a trench of 19 cm deep at a distance of 3 meters from the one windbreak trees and prune and cut all the root exposed and again fill up the trenches. This may be repeated for about 3 or 4 years in order to avoid the competition between the windbreak and fruit trees for moisture and nutrition. Trees suitable for windbreak should be erect. All the quick growing, hardy, and drought resistant are mechanically strong and dense, offer maximum resistance to wind. The trees which are suitable as windbreaks. Now let's talk about adding fertilizer to orchard farming. Excessive use of chemical fertilizer and pesticide as a means of intensive cultivation to boost our orchard farming have caused considerable damages to our soil, health, and the environment. It is production system which avoid and largely exclude the use of systematically compound organic chemicals. This system in turn relies on crop rotation from residues, animals' manures, legumes, green manures of farm, organic waste, biofertilizers, chemical cultivation, etc. The aspect of biological pest control to maintain soil production and tie till to the supply nutrients and to control insects, weeds, and other pests. This system is often referred to as biological farming, regenerative farming, and sustainable farming, eco-friendly farming. Now, let's look at how to care for a young orchard farm. During the first 3 years, fertilizers are used to promote rapid tree growth. Do not apply fertilizer onto the trees produce their first leaf flush. A suggested program from Nigeria is indicated. Amend your nutrition application to suit local situations. Many areas in Nigeria use greater quantities of organic fertilizer. In year 1, apply 30 grams of urea or equivalent fertilizer every 3 months and a little organic matter in spring, 8 liters of farm manure or equivalent. Increase the area mixed fertilizer to 40 to 60 and 80 in subsequent years, along with some organic matter in spring in frost-prone areas. Do not apply fertilizer during autumn or winter, and do not exceed the recommended range. Excessive amounts of organic or inorganic fertilizer can kill trees, especially on shallow, poorly drained soils. Keep fertilizer at least 20 cm away from the trunk to avoid tissue burn. Apply the fertilizer evenly under the canopy and out a point to 30 cm past the drip line or edge of the canopy. Water in well or apply during rain. Now, let's look at irrigating. Not all orchards in Africa have access to irrigation. However, supplementary water during the first few years will assist the establishment. The timing and quality of water applied varies with trees, soil weather, and time of the year. The following offers a guide based on evaporation in southern Nigeria. Some areas in Nigeria such as Maiduguri may be drier in year 1 with a canopy diameter. Now, let's talk about the pruning. Young trees are pruned to provide a strong structure, minimize and damage and increase the fruit-bearing area. Wind damage is an important issue for some cultivators with long branches such as Fazy. Now, let's talk about their pest control. The most important pest of young trees is Aronus mite. The mite causes the leaf surface to blister, while the underside develops a brown felting. If not controlled, the pest can damage trees and reduce flowering and fruit production. The best control is to prevent the mite entering your property by dipping new trees. If symptoms appear, remove borne-infested leaves. If most of the trees are infested, spray each new growth flush, Dianthor or Wettable sulfur. Now, let's talk about weed management. Weeds compete with trees for water and nutrients. It allows to grow considerable damage to trees' roots and can occur when there are removed problems are avoided by maintaining a mown sward of mixed grasses and broadleaves species or cover crops between the rows. Weeds under the trees can be controlled by mulching, chipping, and spot spraying with herbicide. Mulches used include wheat, barley, or rice straw, hay, sorghum, stubble, and similar material. Reduce costs by growing mulch materials between the row for later slashing. Remove the mulch as the break draw. Keep it well away from the trunk as cooler roots may develop. Mulches also increase soil organic matter, improve soil structure, increase water retention, and help reduction fluctuation in root temperature. Apply herbicides to the border of the mulched area and individual weeds that grow through the mulch. Use glyphosate of 5 to 10 ml per liter from Proquent of 1 per liter plus a water at 1.25 ml per liter to control grasses. Many thanks for staying with us on your first agriculture in Nigeria. The program has been Back to Farm, where we talk about orchard farming in Nigeria. Is a significant agricultural practice that offers numerous benefits and contributes to the overall development of the country. With its economic viability, nutritional significance, export potential, and environmental sustainability, orchard crops farming plays a crucial role in ensuring food security, diversifying income sources, and fostering rural development. It is essential for farmers to adopt modern techniques, utilize scientific knowledge, and receive adequate support from the government and agricultural institutions to maximize the potential of orchard farming in Nigeria. With that, we'll come to the end of the program. My name remains Joshua Ishaya, your farming guide. See you same time, same station. Bye for now.